Hello and welcome to this video in the Lockdown Learning series where we're going to take a look at time stretch of audio. So this is probably the most requested feature. This is the kind of thing most people go, yeah, but how can I do that? So today's the day when you learn how you can do that. So it's going to be a fairly simple setup just so you can see the mechanics of this working. I'm sure you can think of all sorts of ways you can use it. So here we've got a drum loop which we're just going to listen to. So we've got 2 bars of drums there, okay? And the first things with this is you need to make sure that the loop that you've got actually loops musically. And the way to do that is make sure click, etc. is turned off. Click the loop, hit P to set your locators. Turn cycle on. And then play it. And make sure that it works in a musical manner, i.e. when it reaches the end, when it loops back round, it doesn't sound like it's, out of time or got one leg shorter than the other, etc. It's just going to loop seamlessly. So let's have a listen, make sure it does. Yeah, so we can see that's fine. So if it isn't, you may be able to edit it, trim a bit off the end if it's got too much. Sometimes you find some drum loops that you get from downloads, etc. have got a little bit extra of the next bar and you can trim a bit off. Obviously, it's more complicated to trim a bit more back on. You'd need some more audio editing skills. Probably at the moment, just find another loop. It'll be much simpler. So looking at this now, we've got 2 bars. So we can hear as we count along, we've got 2 bars of music there. But the problem is that at the tempo we're at the moment, if I turn the click on and we play the 2 together, I'm just going to turn the loop down a little bit so you can hear the click more in relation. It clearly doesn't work. And if you think about it, if it starts at bar 1, if it's 2 bars long, it should finish at exactly bar 3. This is dead easy to fix. So first things first, make sure you've got snap turned on and you've got grid turned on. And in this case, I'm going to set it to bar because then it's only going to snap to a bar at a time. The key thing is that you resize it, but you don't resize it with the standard resizing tool because you can see that's all that's done is just chopped a bit off, which probably isn't what you're looking for. You can click and hold on the arrow tool here and then do sizing applies time stretch, or you can repeatedly press the 1 button above the Q on your keyboard and we can see we've gone into sizing applies time stretch mode. The little clock appears by the cursor and now when we resize this, it stretches it to suit our tempo and you can see the little wavy line appears to show it's being altered by Cubase. We're now 2 bars long. All we need to do now is reset our locators so you can see I've selected the part, hit P, turn cycle back on, go back to the beginning. I'm going to turn click off first and hear it. And there we go, turn the click on as well. So that's time stretch. Now, this can work another way. Let's say you wanted to half tempo that. Now we've got that in time, you think, yeah, I want that to be half time. You can just make it 4 bars long. So if we make that 4 bars long, it will stretch it out. And now it will be at 60 beats per minute rather than the original 90. And that sound of the time stretching maths in operation, you probably heard that a million times on loads of things where things have been chopped up and stretched. 1001 Fatboy Slim records spring to mind, etc. So there you go, that's time stretching. So import a sample, play around with it, have some fun with it, and see how you get on. Hopefully you found that useful, and I'll see you again in the next video.